It's 6:30 a.m. Wednesday the 5th of August 1992, and another day is dawning over the city of Swansea. All is quiet, but not for long. Today, it is Swansea's turn to play host to BBC Radio's 1FM Roadshow. It's 7 a.m. and the peace and tranquility of the Leisure Centre's car park is shattered as the 1FM Roadshow vehicle thunders into position. Producer Roger Pusey looks on as his ever-faithful team prepare for yet another day's live entertainment. The 1FM Roadshow is in Swansea.
I got 8 little fingers and only 2 thumbs. Will you leave me in peace while I get the job done? Can't you see I'm working?
Well, now Radio 1 has been in existence more than 25 years now, and one DJ who's been with them for quite some time, in fact, is Gary Davis. Gary, welcome to Swansea.
Hello.
Now, before we talk about your work with Radio 1, perhaps I can take you back a little bit, back to your childhood days, in fact. Where were you born and bred, Gary?
Born in Manchester, and was dragged up there as well. But except for a space of about 4 years when I went away to school down south in a place called Wallingford.
Mm-hmm. And what was life like for you in your teenage years?
It was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it in the main. I was quite lucky. I had cousins who were running a club in Manchester at the time who were very into music, and they used to sort of sneak me in, you know, when I was like 12, 13. And in fact, I probably started nightclubbing around Manchester when I was 13, 14, lying about my age, trying to get into clubs. I used to work in clothes shops, at the time trendy boutiques that were there, and I had a really good time.
Now, who are your favourite bands or artists? I mean, you mentioned that you've been in the dance halls. So who were you sort of really into in those days, groups-wise?
Oh, bands like T-Rex, the Kinks, and also I was very much into the early sort of Rufus Thomas, the early sort of soul, Aretha Franklin, that sort of music.
Now, how exactly did you get involved in radio? Did you always want to be a radio DJ?
Not really, no. I didn't know what I wanted to be. My father wanted me to be a lawyer. I'm one of those people that when it gets to doing theoretical work, I'm not very good. If something is practical, then I work really hard at it. So consequently at school, I wasn't very good. I didn't work very hard. I was quite lazy. I'd always enjoyed listening to the radio, and I'd always loved music, and I suppose as a kid I thought, God, that would be a great job, but you know, never really expecting that I would end up being one. And it was only probably when I started working in clubs and sort of came across DJing by mistake that I decided, well, yeah, maybe this is what I want to do.
You DJ'd in a club. Did you find the transition to radio quite different? Was it more difficult to go into radio?
Well, it's 2 totally separate jobs. From DJing in a club to DJing on radio, it's totally different. One in a club, really, okay, you want to create an atmosphere, you want to get people going, but it's all about people dancing, and you're communicating in a different way. On radio, it's very much you talking to one individual, being their pal, being their informant, being, you know, their companion, and it's a very different way of doing things. I mean, all right, the only similarities are that yes, you play records and yes, you talk, but your approach is totally different.
What's it like working for a station like Radio 1?
It's a dream. I mean, it's brilliant. I worked in commercial radio for 3 years in Manchester, and it was very bitchy, and there's a lot of backbiting, and you know, when I got the job at Radio 1, I thought, well, this is pretty bitchy here, but it's got to be a hell of a lot worse when I get to Radio 1, because I mean, you know, it is the big station. And I got there and it was totally the opposite. Everyone was really cool and really laid back and very friendly, and it is good fun. I mean, it's a dream job.
Now, the Radio 1 Roadshow, of course, is out every summer. Now, how do you feel about getting out and meeting your listeners? Do you think it's a good thing to do that?
Well, I mean, 25,000 people in Tenby today thought it was a good thing, and the roadshow audiences are getting bigger and bigger every year, and it's quite incredible. You know, there is so much increased competition, there's so many more radio stations opening up, yet the roadshow is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, our sites are not big enough. We can't find places big enough to hold all the people that are coming down. I mean, we're packing everything out. We now need giant video screens so people at the back can see what's going on the stage. I mean, you don't get pop bands playing to the number of people that we do the roadshows to. So obviously it's a very important part. It's a great PR exercise for us. It's a great chance for people who listen to the radio station to actually come and see a show and take part in a show.
Oh, thank you, Gary Davis. Back on the roadshow vehicle, the BBC engineers are hard at it. Gone are the old phone line link-ups, and in comes modern, up-to-date satellite technology. A problem? We hope not, as very shortly the crowd that has gathered will soon have to be entertained. So we'll leave the boys to iron out the niggly problems and head on out onto the roadshow stage to get a view of what is happening. Everything so far is in working order, so let the show begin.
I haven't got any friends, I haven't got a fan club, I live in a darkened room round the back, and they call me head of knobs. What am I head of? Louder! Make some noise, okay.
You see, it's hard to believe he's an engineer at heart, but he's a good lad. You should have seen it yesterday. We had these parachutes coming down, and we were talking to him in the air, all because Dave is head of... Thank you, get off.
Thank you, oh right, okay, I've got my summer shorts on, does that count?
Of course it does, Dave. Hello. Now what are you saying, Roger?
Well, if you follow the roadshow through the week, you will probably realise that, because I tend to put add-ons into my roadshows that are based very largely on things that fly. I mean, there is, of course, a sensible reason for that, is because when you see the roadshow crowd, probably the only way satisfactorily to get at it is from above. So if you're going to actually do radio links things, then things that can fly above you are perhaps the easiest to do. Not that they're easy, I have to say. So my particular interest in things that fly and in things that float, indeed. But I did want to be a pilot, and I did indeed get a pilot's license as a PPL when I was a lot younger, but that never really came to anything. I wasn't able to afford it, and I got a job through a friend at Radio Luxembourg, in fact. And it was really because of Radio Luxembourg and the experience I got there that got me into the BBC.
Thank you, Roger, for that priceless piece of information. Oh look, it's Smiley Miley.
Morning! How you doing? You brought the sunshine then? It was piddling down at 6 o'clock here. Okay, who's been here at a roadshow before? So where's your Radio 1 t-shirts and hats and lots of goodies? A few of you got. Who wants some goodies for nothing? Who wants a beach ball? Kitch. Right then, if you've been in the roadshow before, you know what happens. Serious mucking around. Lots of goodies, but I want a young lady a minute. Come up and take all her clothes off. Look at her, put her hands down. Let me find... you haven't found anybody. Let me see. The young lady there, straight through there. Listen, before you come up, do you have anything underneath that black top? It's all in one.
Careful, Smiles.
A Radio 1 boxer shorts. Who wants a pair of Radio 1 FM boxer shorts? Go on, sell it to Goodham Bill, very cheap. Okay, the latest Radio 1 FM.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, live on the stage of the 1FM Roadshow, Radio 1's very own Mr. Perfect, the brains of an Einstein, the body of a Chippendale, the most beautifully formed human being in the universe, Gary Davis. Leisure Centre at Swansea with Gary Davis!
Good morning, welcome to day 3 of our Roadshow Week in Wales with our touchdown crowd at the Leisure Centre in Swansea.
Yes, they are that close. If you're a little bit worried about your bass and treble, we can check out your bass and treble as all the boys give us a bass check. And all the girls give us a treble check. And together, we can check out the mid-range.
And now, guests number 1 today, Crisscross.
How you doing? Cool. You doing alright? Yeah. So listen, you two have been touring with Michael Jackson. How's that been going?
It's been going pretty cool. You know, it's been pretty wild.
How did you manage to get on a tour like that?
Well, it was all through management. They hooked everything up.
Yeah? So how many dates have you done so far?
17. Today is our last date.
Are you sad that this is going to be your last one?
Nah, I'm a little ready to go home.
You're ready to go home?
Yeah.
Whereabouts do you live?
We stay in Atlanta.
In Atlanta?
Yeah.
So have you met Michael Jackson yet?
Yeah, well, we met him when we hit the video jam with him. It was pretty cool.
He's alright, is he?
Yeah, he's cool.
So where are you going to be playing tonight? Cardiff Arms Park?
Jersey.
You're going to be playing in Cardiff tonight?
Yeah.
Have you been to Wales before?
Nah, it's the first time.
Yeah? Do they sound alright, this Welsh crowd to you?
Yeah.
Good. Are you going to sing your new single?
Yeah, we're going to sing our new single, Warm It Up.
Warm it up. Crisscross?
Pump your fist like this, let me see ya. Pump your fist like this, let me see ya. Pump your fist like this. Pump your fist like this. Warm it up, Chris. I'm about to warm it up, Chris. That's what I was born to do. Warm it up, Chris. I'm about to warm it up, Chris. That's what I was born to do. So many times I heard your brother, but you can't touch this. I'm being the type of person that make you say it too much, Chris. So to the fire of the one they call a Mac tag. The files, what I pack and what I pack is real bad. I like the grandma.
Guest number 2, Betty Boo.
It's so hot cause my ice cream's melting. We're only used to the same rain belting. Belting down, why don't we take the top down and drive around and pump up the sound? Or leave the space go, yes this is a protest. Go to the seaside and you could be my guest. Rest assured you know we'll have a good time. Bathe in the sea and bathe in the sunshine. We got all day cause this time is all mine. We'll take it easy, the sun goes down at 9. We'll take a handful with some cashews and champers. Now and then we need a good pamper. We'll make a way for the day with my...
Yeah. You're looking really good. You look as if since the last time you had a record out, you've been on a serious fitness campaign. Is this true?
Yeah, I've just been working out sort of nearly every day and just doing aerobic classes and all that sort of stuff.
Really? Are they real grueling ones? I mean, you know.
Yeah, you could get like heavy circuit training and that's quite good.
The lovely Betty Boo, telling us all about her personal life when she isn't performing or making records. Now we see another poor contestant going through the all-familiar routine of the many 1FM Roadshow fun games.
The Southstock Marina has moorings for 360 boats. Is that true or false? False. He's saying false, and of course it was absolutely true. So something else has to come off here.
Yes, we'll leave that part of the show right there. And on to Smiley Miley, who I believe has a story to tell us.
Tenby Police for not locking me up.
Yeah, because of course Smiley chopped off a policeman's pair of trousers yesterday.
And he didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, I was rather hoping that they would lock you up, to be honest.
Well, there's still time, another 4 weeks to go, so anything could happen.
Yeah.
So,
okay, what was the route?
So down to the mileage. We left Tenby on the A478, onto the A477, onto the A40 to Carmarthen, onto the A48, onto the M4, off at Junction 45, and here we are in wet Swansea.
Yeah.
Dear old Smiley Miley, one of Radio 1's greatest assets. Now then, Gary, could you remind us all where you are again, please?
Swansea, which you can't actually feel when you're on the stage. Let's have a chat with a few people here. What's your name?
Sarah!
Sarah who?
Sarah Campbell.
From?
Swansea.
Oh, right. Are you enjoying the show?
I am indeed, yeah.
Nice and wet?
Lovely and wet.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming down here today. We got a guy, what's your name?
Martin.
From?
Gent.
Okay, and it's your birthday tomorrow?
Yes.
How old are you going to be?
24.
Ah. A little bit of rock and roll over the world to get us underway. Here we go.
And finally today, Bananarama.
We weren't ready for you.
Oh, we were ready for you. Well, listen, Karen and Sarah, nice to see you. You certainly brought the good weather with you.
Yes. And follows us everywhere.
Now, Bananarama, only two of you now.
That's right.
Why?
It just, the time seemed right. Sarah stopped to have a baby and everything went a bit quiet and we had a few changes all round and it was a sort of mutual decision.
Okay, Gary, enough of the personal details. Introduce the song.
Come on, moving on.
Well, that's it from Swansea. As Gary waves farewell, the next destination awaits the 1FM Roadshow.